Hello everybody, I'm Stefan. I'm the CFO of Madvertise, being responsible for finance and corporate development. Madvertise, actually how does that work?
Go back, please. Who's trying to change it?
Anyway, I start. Madvertise is the leading European mobile audience targeting company and mobile ad network. We are present in all big European markets, in the big five, and also very recently we acquired a company in Turkey, where we actually also have a 60% market share. So what are we doing? We are coming from I'm sorry that actually that. Now it works, fantastic. So I would like to start with a couple of figures. The company has been founded in 2008 in Berlin. We, as said, we are in all big European markets now. We have 90 employees on 8 different locations across Europe and have more than 4,000 publishers, both national, like German publishers, and international publishers connected to our network. We are also backed by very high-class investors already, we believe, Early Bird, Team Europe, Blumberg Capital from the Valley, and also Felicis Ventures. Mobile advertising clearly is one of the hyper-growth markets in the whole digital industry, which is driven by increasing smartphone penetration and consequentially also increasing content consumption on mobile. And then also from the advertising side, there's a growing demand for digital advertising because of the much better measurability and specificity of this advertising. And what I always find most astonishing is actually when you look at the picture of media consumption that is happening on mobile, it's accounting for around 10% of all media consumption, but only 1% of the advertising is actually spent on mobile as of today. And just closing that gap would actually give us a $10 billion market globally, and the figures here only for Western Europe. What do? We are coming from a traditional ad network approach. So we have publishers on the one hand side, a lot of long tail inventory, like those 4,000 publishers, with the clear goal that they want to monetize this inventory. On the advertiser side, we are typically selling to large media agencies, so all the WPP and the other large agency groups and their sub-agencies. Those account for like 90–95% of our customer base. We very rarely sell directly to direct advertisers. Going forward, we developed the product much more towards audience targeting. There's a big fundamental shift going on in the digital media industry from towards audience targeting and towards automation, and we're actually developing a product that is tackling both of those trends. So what you see on the very left-hand side is actually the first step in our value chain, which we call data processing. So we are collecting data from the supply side, from the publisher side, from the demand side, which is the advertiser side, and also from third-party data providers. And we have developed a very sophisticated technology that allows us to detect unique users on our network and to create user profiles, and we are enriching those user profiles with data and creating very comprehensive data sets and information about single users. Then we are packaging this information into sellable pieces. So in the past media sales, how it worked actually that you advertised on an automotive publisher because you believe that people who are surfing on an automotive publisher are actually interested in purchasing a car. But going forward, we are going to have the information that a single user is actually this 30 to 40-year-old guy living in the southern Germany with 2 kids interested in purchasing a car. That's the idea, and this is what we're going to sell to agencies and advertise going forward. We will do that with 3 different distribution channels. The first is the classic sales house business, so that's actually an advertising sales rep that goes out to agencies, have lunch, have dinner, have a beer, and actually sell single campaigns. That's a traditional way of doing it. In the second step, we are launching a self-service front end where actually advertisers can directly select their target groups and book their campaigns on our systems. And in a third step, we will offer real-time bidding and directly connect to the DSPs and trading desks of the agencies. In terms of growth going forward, there are actually two levers. The first is further internationalization. As mentioned, we have already a footprint in all big European markets, which accounts for like 85% of the total volume in Europe, and we have rolled out already to all key European media hubs. Also, we have acquired a company in Turkey very recently, 3 months ago, which is also the clear market leader there, and Turkey is one of the most fascinating markets in EMEA. With the more platform-driven business model that I just described, actually the next step would then be a global rollout to the US, to Latin America, to Asia Pacific, because of the much better scalability of that system. So eventually we'll be operating the leading mobile audience targeting platform, first of all in Europe, but then as we have established a footprint there, also beyond Europe. Thank you very much for your attention. That was it. I'm around the whole day and would be happy to discuss.